enjoyed many seasons in its 75 years, and some of the seasons are defined by personalities and partnerships. And this is a very special season from 1992 to 2007. When Linda was here, these two had a chance to partner. Phil was on maintenance, Linda was the director of program, and so much fun. So, what do you remember about camp? So, I mean,
it's funny because Monty had put a video, I think summer staff 1993, on Facebook and asked me to take people. I'm looking back at it, it was mind-blowing to see us and to know that was us so long ago. But all the things people brought up, and I'm like, I don't even remember, because every day was filled with adventures, with funny things, with crazy things, with hard things, and with deep, deep moments of God moving and changing lives. But just, I remember what kind of Scott just encapsulated, just the essence of camp. There's so much joy, even when, the summer staff asked everything of them, literally asked them to give everything, and they did, but with so much joy and so much fun and so much creativity, just showing the joy of Jesus and the heart of compassion he has. That's probably what I remember the most.
You did a great job. Phil, you were the charge of the Ministry of Maintenance. Was there one project that was your favorite? We know there's a staff member who's your favorite, but you have a project that was your favorite.
Well, I'd like to say, in fact, I already had it written down, so it's not something I just came up with. But in light of your recognition of Chris Otto, the highlight, one of my big projects, was back in October of 1990, when we started figuring out how to wire the A-frame for quilting, which is going to be a one-time event. So we could just lay cord job all over the place. And then next year, we did it again. And what was exciting about that is as it expanded and grew, so many people involved in helping to make that project become a reality, as well as the team effort that we had as a staff to do it together. And one special note that I wanted to mention, when we did quilting, we also had a special event that would take place in the dining hall. So one year Lisa said, well, it would be kind of fun to have a group coming, I think it was Jeremiah Gamble, and do a stage production. Oh, and by the way, we need some lighting. Oh, and by the way, we need some sound. And by the way, we need some staging. Okay, no problem. Thank you. It happened. So that was a highlight.
So you two worked on some crazy themes. Was there one that you liked especially? Linda, Phil?
That was hard too when you asked that. And I did. I believe so much in kids seeing the theme up front, out live, remembering it, giving them memories. And Phil was the most gracious partner ever. We were really surprised when we found out that other camps, oftentimes maintenance and program clash. Apparently that's a thing in camping, but maybe program asks a lot. Maintenance has to work really hard, but Phil always went above and beyond, and he had a heart for that same ministry of kids' lives being changed. It wasn't about just the job getting done, it was about lives being changed. So, we saw Tallulah the elephant, that was above and beyond. That was fun to make. A couple things. Gordy did so much. Gordy too. It was the same heart for ministry, did so much for us and so creative. You mentioned the helicopter landing in the field. I do think of the Soldiers of the King thing. It was really fun. Our staff, we went to Camp Ripley, and we saw things out there. We were gifted camouflage for everyone. We did get a helicopter to land during mail call. But the Soldiers of the King, like, what is this life really about? Who are we serving for? I also thought of the Upside Down Kingdom, where we changed the chalet to a palace, but just living in this world and opposite. But a lot of it, I always think of the Master's Farm. And that's when the chalet was going to be torn down, so the front was painted into a barn. And what you sow is what you grow. Like every day, your choices matter, and we had a petting zoo, and it's easy to go farmer. So I think right away of what we saw, what we did, the great ways maintenance helped us, but because of the life lessons it took home.
And Phil, you were in a few mail calls. What was your most challenging mail call experience that you did for Linda?
Well, there was this one particular one where I think it was Lori Fellerman and you, or Tierra, I don't remember which one, or all three of you. Oh, we'll just take a little boat ride, and we're not going to go fast. Sure. They said they weren't going to go fast, but I don't think the boat was touching the water. It was going so fast. And so then I had to drop off this mail call at the dock. Well, then that wasn't the end of the story. They said, why don't you go up on the raft, and we'd like to see you jump off. Okay. So I got my life jacket on and my black socks on, and I think there's a picture somewhere that shows that I'm jumping. I didn't die off the raft. That was challenging.
You may not know, but Phil is not a fan of the water. And that was very significant for senior high camp because you didn't see him in or around the water ever. And it was actually two being pulled by the boat that he was a part of.
That's right. Well, we want to say thank you so much for your service, and they have a lot of stories, so catch up on them. And the pictures. We've got pictures, Phil. God bless you. Thank you for sharing.